Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Guided Creativity. This is session 2, right here on Be a Better Game Master. My name is Barker, and if this is your first time tuning in, I'd actually go back to session 1 and start over from the beginning. If you're on YouTube, there's the Guided Creativity playlist that you can go to and just go through all the episodes in order. If you're on iTunes, you just go to the previous episode. But if you are here as a returning person, thank you. Awesome. I'm really happy that the first session was enough to kind of push you further into the process that we are beginning in scheduling our creativity and into getting ideas written on paper, whether we use those ideas or not. Today, we're going to focus on creating useful ideas and focusing without writing. Those are the two major points in today's exercise. And without further ado, let's get started. Find your place that you're sitting in with paper and pencil in front of you. It could be a comfortable place. It could be an uncomfortable place. Someone in the comments yesterday said that sometimes they like to create while they're uncomfortable. So, maybe it makes them feel a little more awake, a little more focused on what they're creating. This might be you. It might not be you. The trick is to find your place. So once you've done that and you have your sheet of paper in front of you, let's get started. We're going to play some word association. Okay, but first, I want you to write the word who right at the top of the page. Who, W-H-O. And I want you to underline it and draw the underline all the way across the page. The reason I like to do that is because I like to ensure that nothing gets lost. No words get accidentally placed into wrong sections. It's just my thing. It's fairly ugly, but you know what? Creativity is not always pretty, and that's okay. It's what you pull out of it that becomes pretty. So, you've written the word who on the top of your page. You've underlined it across the page. And now we're going to play some word association. I'm going to name a word, and I want you to write down the first thing you think of, just like we did yesterday. You're going to write it at the beginning of the who section, almost as if you're writing an essay. Pretend that there's, if you're not using lined paper, pretend that there's lined paper and write it near the top left. And the reason you're writing it there is because it's out of the way. But you're going to write the first thing you think of when I say this word. We're going to do this a few times. So the first word is castle. Castle. What was the first thing you thought of? Whatever that was. You just heard me pop my neck. Whatever that was that you thought of, I want you to write in the top left part of the who section. Now, there's a reason that this is called the who section. We are creating a person here. Now, I want you to look at what you wrote. I want you to look at it. I want you to set your pencil down. And I want you just to figure out how what you wrote down is a person. When I said the word castle, one of the words I immediately thought of once I said it was knight. So if I wrote the word knight, like K-N-I-G-H-T, if I wrote the word knight there, I think this person's a knight, or this person has a sir in front of their name, perhaps. This person has been knighted, or this person makes armor for knights. Maybe this person isn't a knight, but they dream of being a knight, or they work near knights, or they despise knights. Or maybe night reminds me of the other variation of the word night, nighttime, darkness. Maybe this person is dark. This is, there are no rules to this. But I want you to set that pencil down and look at that word for a while and really begin to focus on this person. Really begin to think about who this person is. You don't have much to go on, but soon you'll realize that your brain starts building off of the word that you've written down, and you'll start creating ideas in your head, and you're going to want to write them down, but don't. Don't. The reason is what we're doing here is we are focusing and thinking about what it is we might write down about this person, but we're not writing anything down yet. Okay, we're filling the glass full before we drink it. But I want you to feel free to ask yourself some certain questions about this person. Does this person have allergies? like yours truly. I never edit these, so you are hearing pure uncut Barker in full August, September glory. It's wonderful. But ask yourself questions such as, has this person ever lost a fight? Has this person ever won a fight? Has this person ever been in a fight? That's a good question. Is this person known for their fighting skill? Is this person known for anything? What's their fame level? Do a lot of people know this person? Is this person known just to a select few? If the word was castle, does this person work inside of a castle? Have they ever been in a castle? Have they ever met the king or ruler? Do they have red hair, dark hair, blonde hair? How long is it? Picture them. Imagine them. Imagine their eyes. Do they have both of them? Do they have all their limbs? Are they pieced together well? Are they scarred? Do they have scars on their body? What is it they're hiding? Well, forget what it is they're hiding. How about this? Are they hiding something? Are they hiding something? Let your brain do whatever it wants to do for the next 30 seconds, okay, without my voice. And then really just spend that time thinking about who this person is. And when you're ready, I want you to pick up that pencil and I want you to write one sentence about this person. Now, one sentence is usually difficult, so I'll guide you through a possible framework. A blank who blanks is the most basic framework of a character there is. A swordsman who defends the kingdom from injustice. A tailor who tailors the clothes. That's not the right term. Who creates all the clothes for the royalty using magical threads. A blank who blanks. There are a lot of different variations. Some game systems do things like this. But at the end, you should have one sentence about this person. Now, here's the deal. You might find that you have some blank space around. You're going to want a little more blank space to come back to this. But what I want you to do is underneath who, somewhere, leave yourself a few lines of writing room underneath the sentence that you've written. Okay, underneath that sentence. And I'm going to give you some more time to write that sentence, don't worry. But when you are finished, you will write the word what underneath who. You start to get an idea of what we're doing. And do that same thing where you draw a line underneath the word what all the way across the page. But I'm going to give you a little more time to write your sentence. Now we're going to go into the next phase. I'm going to name another word, and you're going to do the exact same thing. But what is not a person or a place. It is a storyline. It is an action. It is something that's happening. Something that's happening in the world, but something specifically that's happening in the life of this person that we've just created. The word I'm going to give for you this time is bishop. Bishop. The word bishop. What is it that you first thought of when I said bishop? And I want you to write it down underneath the what section. Write it in that what section. and begin immediately to look at it. Focus on it. What word did you think of? And more specifically, how does this thought, how can this be an action that happens? How can this be a thing or an event? That's a good word for it. An event that this person that we've created experiences. I want you to think about it. I want you to start thinking about that one sentence you're going to give it. Give it some time and ask yourself questions like, Bishop, does this event have something to do with the church? Is it a world-changing event? Do people from the far reaches of the realm hear about it? Or is it something in secret? Only 1 or 2 or 3 people know about it. Does this person that we created know about it? You know, we're going to start combining as we go these ideas that we've come up with. But the sentence that you're going to write has nothing to do with the person that we've created. Let me clarify that. The sentence that you're going to write in a little while is going to be only about the event. It's almost like you're going to be writing an intro story, an intro line to a movie or a game. Just an opening sentence. And it's going to be about this event. Where does it take place? Well, we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't gotten to the where yet. But that's not the where. When we get to the where, that's not where the event takes place. That's where this game is going to take place. So let's back up a little bit and actually consider that. Where does this event happen? That kind of changes things. When does it happen? When did it happen? What is this event as it relates to the word that you wrote down? That's the important thing. You're pulling ideas out of the ether and you're building off of them. I'll give you a little more time. And then write your sentence down. What's your sentence? Write it down. Your sentence about the event, about the what that's happening. Now, this is just about the event. It's important. It's important to remember that currently, this is just about the event. Now I want you to write another sentence. After that first one, it's continuing the story. Another sentence after the first one, but this sentence, the second sentence, is talking about the person you just created and how this person relates to this event. So here's an example of what I might write. The event is an explosion has happened in a local cathedral. Okay, we'll say this cathedral is thousands of years old, and it's now destroyed by this explosion. We'll say Edgar B. Knight was nothing more than a custodian at the chapel, and he is the only person, the only employee of this cathedral that survived the attack. And that looks very suspicious. That's what I would write. Something more or less on those lines. It's easier to write a sentence than it is to say it for me. Sometimes I'll speak and it'll come out in 2 sentences instead, but something along those lines. What I've created is an event that has occurred and a way for this person to be affected by it in a way that creates a conflict. Write that second sentence down. And you can carry this for as long as you like. You can go with the where and the when, the why. You know, these are all great questions, and I absolutely encourage you to do this. And in the future, my goal is to be able to hold one of these guided creativity sessions, and we do like a speed version where we get everything done in 15 minutes and see how much we can create. But I like to keep these sessions short. I really do, because not everybody can take 15 minutes, 20 minutes out of their day to create. So I want you to take that 2 sentences that you wrote, right? And even a little bit of the first sentence with that person that you created. And I want you to ask yourself the question, what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with this information? You have a plot storyline in front of you. What are you going to do with it? You're going to run a game? You're going to write a story? Write a piece of fiction? Write a piece of fan fiction? Are you going to throw it away? I don't recommend throwing it away, but are you going to file it away in your folder? Never to be seen again. That's fine too. The objective is to create every day. And that's what we're doing. Personally, I really like the idea of using this as kind of a campaign arc in a future campaign that I run. I really like the idea of a person requesting help from the adventurers to help prove their innocence in something so terrible. Maybe they're in a prison cell or something, and they're going to be put to death in a week, so the players only have a week to prove that this person's innocent. Are they innocent? Maybe they did commit the crime. I don't know. But you see how this idea that we've created, it's so easy for other ideas to begin exploding off of it, begin branching off of it. That's how creativity works. And that's what we're doing here. I hope that you all enjoyed session 2. I hope that I encourage you to do this in greater detail. If you want to continue working, do the wins, the whys, things like that. Continue the sheet. I was going to pull chess pieces. That's what I was doing. I was naming chess pieces. I named a castle and I named a bishop. I was thinking about naming a knight. I could name a pawn, something like that. That's all I was doing. You can carry on with that same tactic, or you can look left and look right and pull ideas out of the ether the way we did last session. So either way, I look forward to seeing you back on session 3.